episode of Muscle Meals with Steve. Today we're going to be making chicken marsala. Easy recipe, great thing to serve for dinner, and it really impresses your guests. Plus it's delicious. So let's get to it. Okay, the first thing I've done is taken some flour, about a quarter to a half a cup of flour, and I added some salt and pepper. And I'm going to take my chicken breasts, which I have sliced lengthwise very thin, and I'm just going to dredge them in the flour. There's no coating on the chicken. And then what we'll do is add them to our frying pan. And in the frying pan I had added 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 1 tablespoon of butter. Let it melt, heat up, and now we'll add the chicken. I'm cooking this over a medium heat. So we'll add each one of our chicken breasts, and you can do this for as many chicken breasts as you're making. I happen to be making 2 that were sliced lengthwise, so I have a smaller piece and a larger piece depending on what portion size I want to serve. And what we're going to do is brown these for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side, and then we'll transfer them to a baking dish and continue from there. Okay, so I finished sauteing the chicken, and now in the same frying pan I'm going to add about a half a chopped shallot. I'm just going to saute that, and then to that we're going to add some chopped mushrooms. Actually sliced mushrooms. I took the whole mushroom and just sliced them. I'll add a little bit of salt just to sweat the mushroom so that it reduces down. Reduces, not reduces down. That's redundant. And we'll cook these for about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so we've reduced the mushrooms and shallots. Smells great. And now to this we're going to add a 1/4 cup of Marsala wine. And I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of beef broth. Just going to cook off the alcohol out of the Marsala. And you can smell the heavy scent of alcohol. And then I'm going to add, we'll add a cup of beef broth. And we'll simmer this. In the meantime, I'm going to take some flour and with a whisk whip in some chicken broth. And this is going to make the sauce get thicker. I'd say about a little bit less than 1/4 of a cup. And I'm going to add about a half a cup of chicken broth. Actually, I'm just going to take my fork and mix it. And this will make like a slurry, and then we'll add that to this broth to make it get thick. And we're going to cook the Marsala wine and the beef broth for about 3 to 4 minutes. So our mushroom mixture with the beef broth and Marsala wine has been reducing. And like I said, I took about a half a cup of chicken broth, mixed in about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of flour. And I'm going to add that to this mixture, and what that will do is make it get thick. Right away you'll see it'll start to get too thick. Now, if you put too much in, you can just add some more broth, which looks like what's happened to me. So I'm just going to add some more beef broth. You want it the consistency of almost like a watery pudding, I guess, would be a great way to describe it. Okay, and now I'm going to just take a little taste. I'm going to need some more black pepper. And these last 2 items I'm going to put in are optional, they're not necessary. I'm going to add a little bit of gravy master, just because that will make it get a deep, deep brown. And supposedly it adds some flavoring. And we're going to cook that. Once we added that chicken broth and flour mixture, we only need to cook it for about less than just about 5 minutes, because it's going to go in the oven and cook longer. Okay, it's a great consistency right now. And again, I'll check the flavor. I'm going to add salt and pepper to your taste. I'm not a big salt user, but again, I'm going to add a little salt. I'm going to turn off the heat. I'll add a little more black pepper. And it really looks great. Now the last ingredient that I'm choosing to put in, it's not necessary, it's just a little bit of heavy cream. Actually, whenever I do that, I like to take it off the heat. And I'm just going to add, not even a tablespoon, just will give the sauce a more creamy consistency. And that's it. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take a break and then I'll come back. After we had sauteed the chicken, I put it on some paper towels on a plate to remove some of the oil, and now I've added it to my baking dish. And we're going to take the sauce that we just made and pour it on top of the chicken. And make sure you cover all the parts of the chicken. And I've chopped up some fresh parsley. I'm going to add it to the top. And I'm going to add a little bit of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Actually, this is Locatelli Romano. And I'll cover this with foil and bake it in a 350-degree oven for about 15 minutes just to make sure the chicken is fully cooked and heated, and it'll be ready to serve. Thanks for watching another episode of Muscle Meals with Steve. I hope you enjoy your chicken marsala. And as always, thanks for watching, and good health through good cooking and good eating. Have a great day.